So hello. Today is another P-40 strafing practice mission, and all set to go. Let me fix some chat message. And we're ready to go. This is SteelSkies server. We got almost 4 hours of mission time. Very good timing. And let's get started. Got so the missions stage. The first stage of the mission is pre-flight. We choose our Beaulieu airfield and the same parking area spawn point P-40E. I love US Army Air Force skin. 100% fuel, definitely 700 meters convergence range, and we're good to go. Start. That's gonna be a practice mission, of course. That's a training server. And after spawning, the second stage of second mission stage is beginning. Let's start with track IR settings checkout. Track IR wasn't fine. Okay, now I've changed a little bit my track IR settings, and I will place it a little bit like this. Then controls. Check out joystick is working, no malfunctions. Then set configuration for parking, for taxiing, sorry. I use stabilized climbing configuration for that, except of canopy open. I use 5.5. That's 70%. Technochat. Elevator trim. 5.5 to the left. That's 34. Rudder trim settings. Aileron doesn't work, and half closed. Cowl flaps or shutters. And engine is automatically started in this game. No manual start. I'm okay with that. I'm happy I'm not too late on my mission start. I've got 3.5 hours of mission I will do. I've got time to complete mission program. Let's hope I will not crash. I will not collide with a treetop. Will not damage my wings or engine. Lately my technique is quite safe. Engine start is always okay, it's automatically on this game, so no worries. I do not set my altimeter on 0. I know it's 150 meters. Airfield, Great Airfield Beaulieu, near the Lyndhurst or Lymington. And the next phase is I'm gonna do taxiing towards rolling to start readiness position. It will be over here on taxi runway, and start position is right next to it on a landing runway. So parking brakes off, and 13, 14, more than 1500 RPM power to start rolling, and retarded the throttle immediately because I am on asphalt tarmac. I was too late on retarding the throttle, so you heard I was forced to apply brakes. I don't like to apply brakes, but on asphalt tarmac developers consider rolling resistance is very, very low, so you need quite a low engine power for normal taxiing speed. That's for normal group operations. Why you need that? My yesterday fighter pilot stream was a very good illustration why you need safe and slow operation procedures without any hurrying up, without any disorder. You will waste your time, you will waste assets, you're gonna kill yourself, you're gonna crash with somebody. So however slow and boring this taxiing procedure may look like, I don't care, I like it because I use my skills for taxiing without using brakes. I use aerodynamic influence on rudder surface. I can steer with only using my rudder, no brakes. And that was just right now, that was a circling attempt. It was minor, and I was able to prevent circling with applying full opposite rudder. Now it was another circling attempt. I was indiscreet. Now I've touched the gravel with my right wheel. That caused a little bit slowing down. But anyway, I consider that's quite decent, very safe. Taxiing speed, normal taxiing speed procedure. And that taxiing won't be too long. I can see already my rolling to start readiness position. Well, after takeoff I will do simulated formation pattern, then very short route flying, and then I will do my ground target attack mission stage. Now I'm on the second mission stage. I call it an orange stage. It's between spawning on parking and takeoff. The taxiing is the main skill of those of that stage, and this stage is double because in the end of the mission you've got the same second orange stage. After landing and before respawning. It contains landing run, taxiing towards parking place, and the next mission stage is gonna be third stage. Takeoff and formation pattern. You need that formation pattern to rejoin the group after separate takeoff. That was just right now. That was another very minor circling attempt to the right. I was indiscreet. I've applied too much right rudder. Well, I would like to say words of appreciation for those who maintain this SteelSkies server. That's a great training playground for me, and the only server I can do my missions without my airplane marker on map, and with a quite long mission duration. Okay. I've been using S-turning while taxiing. That's you need quite a skill for do that without braking, but still that's quite comfortable on P-40 for me. The next I will pick up takeoff time. Now it's 10 hours 1 minute 15 seconds, so 10 hours 2 minutes 0 seconds gonna be my takeoff timing, and in 5 seconds I will start rolling towards my start position. And P-40 is an airplane I do rolling toward the start without using brakes also. That's achievable on P-40. On A20 I'm not sure, because I will not have time to equal my throttles. and very good rolling to start position part, very good executed, and throttle forward slowly in 5 seconds to 39 inches in one move. 38-39 inches, I'm okay with that, perfectly executed, and she is accelerating. I switch on techno chat. I will need it to reduce my RPM to 72%. That's my standard RPM for climbing and for combat mode, and taking off. Wheels up, nose down, 72, throttle back, 72% technochat off, I don't need it anymore, she's stabilized, perfectly stabilized. I didn't lost 1 degree of heading. And then I will climb 800 feet to be above those hills on my 12. Okay, in first second of climbing my power was a little bit too much, so she gained too much airspeed, and this is already time to make a transition to straight and level. Technochat on, minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 43, technochat, and she's lowering nose down. I'm using that time to set my rudder and aileron trim, minus 5% more. I'm waiting until she start pitching nose up, minus 5% more. She lowering her nose and accelerating while when she stops lowering her nose, I decrease elevator trim 5% and throttling back on, I think, 18.9 inches, I think will be enough for her. That P-40 is definitely my most comfortable airplane, such a great stability on heading. I don't know how to say it in English. When I play A20, her heading stability is atrocious, absolutely. Unacceptable. Very, very hard to maintain heading on, even on stabilized attitude on that A20. And my takeoff time was 10 mics, so in 10 hours 7 minutes 0 seconds I will start my first left 90 degrees turn. So we got 1 minute 15 seconds till turning. My P-40 is almost perfectly stabilized. That's important for formation. In case of group flying, following crafts would start taking off with 30 seconds delay, and turning they would start with 15 seconds delay, and after completing second turn the group would be formed up without long distances, very big distances. So the group members would need only to set up the desirable formation, and that will be fast and easy for them. They would not need any high engine power, catching up procedures, and I start turning left. Bank left, 15 degrees, additional power, pulling up a little bit, not letting her lose altitude, not letting her lowering her nose. She's accelerating. She's accelerating because of excessive power. And my new heading is 060, under turning 30 degrees desired heading. I'm throttling back on 19 inches once again, and leveling up. I've got a little bit excessive airspeed. That's why she will gain some altitude, but I'm okay with that. That's acceptable. Practically I can say I'm stabilized, quite good stabilized. And in 0 seconds I will start my second left 90 degrees turn. No any wind here. Wind speed is 0. In case of some wind speed I would do wind speed adjustment shifting even on second turn, 5 seconds till turning, and turn left. Throttle forward, pulling up, but not letting her gain altitude, not letting her climb. My excessive power is not too much. I need 1.5–2 inches. I've got only 1 inch, but that's probably my mistake. I shouldn't do that mistake. My heading after second 90 degrees turn, and this leg will be quite long, about 6 minutes. So after second turn, in case of group flying, you've got time to form up your group, to establish formation, any type of formation you choose. And what is that train? That train should be right above me now. No train anymore on this map. I lost that train. I didn't see that train. Okay, that's nothing. Of course, train is far to the right. Of course, no any train over here. That's Newport. No, that's Coast. And the next move is going to be third left 90 degrees turn, and the right timing for that is takeoff time plus 13 minutes 0 seconds. Takeoff time was 10 hours 2 minutes, and in 15 minutes 0 seconds I will start my third left 90 degrees turn. I would say my P-40 is perfectly stabilized. She has... no, not perfectly, I need to increase power a little bit. great increase in power. That was 19.0, now it's 19.5. I think that will be a little bit too much, but let's wait and see. No, that's absolutely okay. No, I will open up my engine is quite cold, I would say. Okay, P-40 is perfectly stabilized. heading. I love that United States Army Air Force standard pursuit and fighter plane, which happened to be exceptional dive bomber and attacker airplane. This P-40 is much more stabilized in terms of banking. I've set zero banking angle and she's maintaining that much more comfortable than A20. And I've got 50 seconds left till my third 90 degrees turn. I'm losing altitude, so my P-40 isn't perfectly stabilized. I need to shut down and camouflage. But anyway, in real weather, in real atmosphere, with those water surface or city, big town surface underneath your airplane, you anyway will have some wobbles, some ups and downs because of atmospheric air movement. Turning left. So you shouldn't be so concerned with your exact altitude, but you better be concerned with your nose behavior. My nose was stationary. She didn't low her nose, she didn't up her nose, and my vertical speed was absolutely okay. Throttle back, pull up, not letting her accelerate. That will be excessive airspeed, I don't need that. 240 is my new heading. Okay, I've got 240, I've got a little bit excessive airspeed, but anyway, I would say that's perfectly stabilized attitude. And I've got 40 seconds till next fourth left 90 degrees turn, and after completing that turn I will see my airfield and my landing strip right on my 12. Oh my, I've had a mistake just right now. My power was too much. I should have 19.5 and it was 20.2 inches, and I start turning left. That was my mistake. A group leader shouldn't do those mistakes. That causes comfortable maintaining formation and causes group members fatigue and makes them not so fresh. So you don't need that. You need comfortable formation flying. That all will count on combat situation, on AAA suppression stage, on enemy fighters, counter measures, enemy fighters avoid evasive maneuvering, enemy fighters dogfighting. So your group personnel, group members, players should be fresh, not tired. So comfortable group flying is very, very important. As you can see, I'm almost perfect. Almost perfect. There's only one airplane that could be 12 or 6 or 18 P-40 squadron. But anyway, I wasn't watching my okay, let's turn left. That's gonna be 30 degrees left turn on new heading 120. I will not do any route flying simulation. Ain't got too much time for that. And transitioning into climbing attitude, plus 5%. Elevator trim RPM up to 72%, plus 5% more, plus 5% more, plus 5% more, plus 5% more. I wait until she stops pitching nose up, plus 5% more. It's 70, technochat off, throttle forward. I don't need technochat anymore. And she's perfectly stabilized and climbing attitude. That combination of 70% elevator trim and this exact power, this exact 150 miles per hour indicated airspeed is a stabilized attitude. Okay, I will turn left one more time. Excessive power, banking left. 15 degrees bank angle. New heading is going to be 090. Leveling up. Level your wings. I'm not leveling up, I'm still climbing, adjusting power, because without manifold pressure governor she's losing manifold pressure while gaining, while climbing. So okay, and on 3,000 feet, on 3,000 feet, I will do transition into straightened level. Attitude. One more signature tone and minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 43%. She's lowering the nose down. I'm using that time to set rudder and aileron trim, minus 5% more, not letting her pitch her nose up, minus 5% more. Speed is vertical speed is absolutely fine, 0. She's pitching nose up, minus 5% more, and minus 5% more. Signature off, I don't need it anymore. And throttle back on 20.4. Let's make it 20.4. I've got excessive airspeed, too much airspeed. She is pitching nose up and climbing a little bit, but she will stop doing that in a matter of seconds, and she will remain 0 vertical speed and no nose pitching up or pitching down behavior will be there. So I would say I'm perfectly stabilized. Heading is 090 plus minus 0 degree, and if it's plus minus 1 degree, that's acceptable. One mistake, I didn't open up my cowl flaps shutters. But anyway, my engine is quite cool, so I didn't even need it. I can see my target area. That's a simulated route flying or route flying, how they call it in probably in Texas. I love that P-40. She's gorgeous. I need to open up a little bit. She's gorgeous. In compare with A20 is atrocious, and she doesn't want to maintain heading. And P-40 has got the wings shaped not too differently from A20, but still very stable on heading. Turning left, turning right, 30 degrees right. In terms of group flying, that would be delayed turn technique. So in spread formation, those who outside the corner starts 11 seconds earlier, and those who inside the corner starts turning later. Of course, those 11 seconds in case of 3 airspeed intervals. So my airspeed is 87 meters per second, so that's gonna be 260 meters interval needed. For experienced players in group flying, that's nothing to set up visually, but by visual appraising 250, 270 meters, that's very easy. I never thought that could be easy, but I had some experience. Unfortunately, that was very long time ago, That was 81st Squadron RAF Doppel DOOPLE is silent. He was my teammate who were interested in such decent group flying techniques, and thanks to him I was able to practice, to get some experience of normal group flying technique and skills. And that was quite a surprise for me when I was able to set up the right interval range between our airplanes. That was quite a surprise. I was expecting a very long learning curve, but 2 or 3 minor attempts and I was ready to do that. Of course that was in old Il-2 1946 or Forgotten Battles multiplayer. Since then actually situation has degraded. Now we used to play in close formation on bombers. We used to fly close formation on bombers all the time. Now I'm struggling to find players who use close formation. Yesterday I've been watching some great squad streaming, and a leader in that squad were using stabilized climbing attitude, and he wasn't aware of using that. He wasn't maintaining heading. He wasn't maintaining heading. So I would say pure incompetence thrive in this community. Unfortunately, no one's interested in anything. Okay, and my final right 90 degrees turn, I will combine it with transitioning into combat mode. And that's very hard to explain my tactics, my technique, but I need to get myself into the attack starting area, and that's it. I'm in that area and I brake right, sorry. The next I will practice AAA suppression pattern. I will repeat it 2 times. I'm gaining airspeed and I will turn before opening fire. That's crucial, not to attack flak unit head to head, like we call it in Russian, not flying straight towards the target. So you need to do some turning. That was unsafe, that was very bad attempt and evasive maneuvering. Very hard left and right turns. To make it harder for flag unit operator to aim at you, but you lose an airspeed that could be vital for you if enemy jumps you, and even in a difficult terrain that could be deadly for you. If you lose airspeed, you will not have airspeed to do evasive maneuvering on a hills area. And next I will do combat rejoin pattern. The base heading is 300. Now I'm on base heading and start turning left. I will do the combat rejoin formation. Rejoin pattern is rejoin pattern consists of two 180s with 45-degree bank angle and straight and level legs, 25-30 seconds. That's a comfortable rejoin pattern, not circling, but 180 and straight leg. Okay, 25 seconds, 2 quarters. I'm on 2 quarters, that's opposite heading, 20 2 quarters, 15 2 quarters, 10 2 quarters, that's 5 seconds 2 quarters, and 2 quarters turning. After completing this turn, I will start preparing for exiting rejoin pattern, exiting and climbing altitude. I will reduce power to 15 inches and set up my standard climbing trim settings. Okay, turn the chart on, power down to 15, elevator trim up to 70, it's 15 seconds, ten seconds, 5 seconds, base and base turning left. This turn will be quite sharp because of reduced airspeed. I don't care, I need to have 150 miles per hour indicated after completing this turn, because that is required airspeed for my standard climbing altitude. And you need that climbing, of course, to gain altitude and to get yourself some rest, to cool down a little bit. 1, 2, 0, pulling up, and throttle forward. Throttle forward. She's stabilized beautifully. Throttle forward. Watch your airspeed. She's stabilized. You can watch your 6. You can look around. Where's your teammate, or where are your teammates? Now I will climb 1300 feet above the target. That's gonna be 1500 feet. My target is 150 to 200 feet up altitude. And doing those climbing in stabilized altitude is quite comfortable, is very important after very hairy moment of AAA suppression. That's the most dangerous part of mission, in real combat mission. Even dealing with 109 isn't so hairy, isn't so nervous. And I'm starting turning right, 15 degrees bank angle, excessive power. She's turning right, After completing that 180 turn, I'm turning to new heading 300. I will level up and set combat mode once again. That combat mode is almost set. I need just to a little bit increase manifold pressure, do throttle forward and change my elevator and rudder trims. Engines cool. And while I'm climbing, you need altitude to gain airspeed before another AAA flak unit suppression attempt. Those flags could be dangerous. I don't care about altitude. Altitude is gonna be okay. And I'm leveling now. Okay, all set. And I'm braking right once again. Manifold pressure 30 inches. That was another mistake, I forgot to do that. That's a standard procedure for transitioning into combat mode. And I've got too much elevator trim. My first flak unit suppression was good. I wasn't too far to the right, I wasn't too close to the left. So now I'm gaining airspeed. That's already 250 miles per hour. For that weak P-40 is quite good. But once again my gunnery was very bad. I almost collided with that vehicle. And turning. I was a little bit late on turning, so I was a little bit far away from the target. Oh, that was a hit, but nevertheless I was too close once again. Anyway, that AAA suppression pattern is quite dangerous and quite challenging. I think I destroyed that vehicle. 210 egress heading, and once again I'm starting rejoin pattern. The base heading of that pattern is 300. I established that base heading and then turn left, but I will not complete that suppression pattern or rejoin pattern. I will get to the target and start strafing. I ain't got no much time. Well, that probably will be not easy for me, but I really would like to participate in A20 group combat mission, formation flying A20 bombers on historical air war server later today. That's gonna be midday in US and evening in Russia. So about 5 p.m. CAT, probably. I would like to do some group flying, but I'm not sure if anybody will do that group flying. Okay, now I would say I was too early on left turn. That's also good technique of getting yourself to the target. I need to approach the target with a target's heading. Target's heading is 030-210, and some moment I need to pick up the right timing for left 90 degrees turn, and after completing this turn I will do my base heading 300. Base heading is a perpendicular heading to target heading, and I will see where I am. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I will level up on 300. That was actually like in a drugstore, very precise, very good. And I'm starting turning left. You need to start a little bit earlier because disregarding though that bank angle, any airplane refuses to turn in first moments, and I will do my usual, let's say I will do 2 quarters shifting. That's gonna be 1 second or 1 second 2 quarters shifting, that's 1 to 0, and I will do 3 seconds 3 quarters shifting. 3 quarters of a circle, 2 quarters of a circle is complete, leveling up 1 second, proceed with turning, and 3 quarters will be 030 heading. On 030 I will level up and do 3 seconds straight and level flying to shift my circle a little bit to the right and compare of base. Okay, 3 seconds complete, turning left. That was a flat, first circle is flat, second circle will be profiled. Those 3 seconds were too much, but anyway I will do the next, yeah, and that one I didn't need that 1 second 2 quarters shifting, so I didn't need that. But anyway, I will do profiled circle. Next circle will be profiled, so I will jump, like I call it. I will do transition into climbing, and the heading I choose for that is gonna be base heading 300 plus 150 degrees. That's 090. In 095 I'm leveling up and start climbing. While climbing I will maintain 2500 from 2100 up to 3000 vertical speed, and I should maintain 090 heading, and when it's 1000 feet above the target, so it's 1200 feet, I will start climbing turn. 45-degree bank angle, adjusting elevator trim, maximum -1 circle, watching my airspeed. Airspeed should be less than 150 miles per hour indicated, but more than 140 miles per hour indicated, and I'm perfectly on the target. So when I'm leveling up 300 heading, my target is on my 12, but I would say I will not open fire this time. That's what I call profiled circle without firing, because my altitude is insufficient yet maybe not. Maybe not. I can open fire. Actually, I can open fire. That was a good attempt. Good strafing pass. That was a miss. That was a miss. Bad gunnery. So I need to adjust one click to the left maybe 2 clicks to the left my radar. That was perfect strafing pass, but very bad gunnery. And I would say I need to adjust also my nothing else, only my radar. Once again, when it's 095 heading, I'm leveling up, and while I'm leveling up, she's turning another 5 degrees of heading. Now I'm climbing. Trims up, trim, elevator trim up, trim down, trim down, trim down, trim down. Vertical speed is perfect. Trim up, trim up, trim up. Trim down. Watching heading is perfect. Trim down, altitude is almost there. 1200 feet is my target. And start turning, climbing turn, adjusting elevator trim, watch 45-degree bank angle, and watch airspeed. Airspeed should be more than 100, less than 150 miles per hour indicated, but more than 140. And what can I say? I need more 3/4 shifting, because my target is not exactly on 300 heading, but anyway, I need 3/4 shifting, and I need base shifting a little bit. That's good. When she stops pitching her nose up, I'm pulling up very gently, very slowly. This strafing pass would be much shallower. Yes, it is. That strafing pass was previous strafing pass was perfect. I don't like shallow approaches, but anyway, you should be able to strafe and shallow approach, shallow dive and steep dive. Once again, I'm overshooting. I was aware I forgot. That's my lazy, stupid manner of playing. I need to aim lower than the target on such a great 700 convergence distance. That's what I would like to fix in the next approach. And I wasn't hiding on zero on deck level. That's my bad. I should do that. Leveling up, climbing. So I had excessive altitude. So let's not. Well, that excessive altitude will help me to do effective base shifting. It's very difficult to explain. I was too late on turning left. That was a quite clumsy circle. My bad. Quite clumsy. Once again, this approach is going to be very shallow. I don't like those shallow approaches. But anyway, let's practice. was a bad hit. For some reason I've got something wrong with my rudder. Some reason I don't know why. Okay, let's make it clear this time. Leveling up, she starts climbing. Okay, all set. Let's make it effectively 3/4 shifting, adjusting elevator trim, watching our vertical speed, watching our banking angle. This strafing pass would be much more steeper. Now it's also shallow. I need a base shifting. I don't like shallow approaches. That's what I'm talking about. That was a convergence range, right in engine compartment, or right in oil tank or fuel tank. Once again, maybe that's because of I'm started my turning earlier because of a higher firing range. Yes, definitely. That's why I need to fix a little bit. I need to do effectively base shifting. Yeah, definitely. I'm starting to turn left earlier. Okay. I will do that base shifting by increasing vertical speed. And I will do 3/4 shift by changing heading, climbing heading. Pulling up very gently, not letting her slowing down more than less than 140 miles per hour indicated. Okay. She starts pitching up by herself. When she stops, I pull up. This strafing pass will be quite steep. Yeah. Great, perfect strafing pass. Great approach. That's how it should look like. Once again overshooting, my bad gunnery. I need more practicing and when you got steep approach, your turning starts not so early, so shallow approach effectively gives you 2 quarters shifting, so you need to correct that with your base shifting. That was the reason of my problems. That's why I was too far from objective on a climbing turn on a hill, on a uphill trajectory. Now I will maintain 3,000 feet per minute vertical speed, wait for 1,200 feet altitude and turn left. Let's pull up. Oh, that was... I'm too far from objective. Some reason. Why? Let's counter place with what I've been saying just right now. Not shallow approach, quite steep. I like it. That's, I would say, perfect approach. That was a hit, but I could do better. I'm constantly working with my elevator trim not to hit the sea surface and to stay as low as possible, to be stealthy. Now I'm working constantly with elevator trimmed up to maintain more than 2,500 feet per minute and less than 3,000 feet per minute vertical speed. And turn left. I was quite far from objectives, so I should not be in a hurry to pull up. And that's great steep approach. I've got. Now I'm adjusting my elevator trim top. Once again overshooting, once again. Trying to maintain as low as possible. 095 level knot, landing, elevator trim down, trim up, trim up, trim up, trim up, trim down, trim down, trim down, trim down. And turning left. miles per hour indicated is okay. I shouldn't be slower than that. This approach is good. That's gonna be quite good steep strafing pass, steep diving. Altitude is absolutely fine. Not too steep, but anyway, not shallow either. Once again overshooting. I'm not comfortable, not sure. This time it's much steeper. I like it. That's what I'm talking about. That was decent strafing pass. Right in convergence distance. Convergence range. Small burst, very short burst, and goodbye Opel Blitz truck. Finding let's try and repeat that good approach and that decent strafing. Oh, I was too late. I was too late on turning left. That's my bad. Let's keep a high airspeed. I was too late on a climbing turn. And another decent steep approach, not too shallow, not too steep. That was a nice hit, but not shit. No splash, no explosion. I would say that Opel Blitz truck is also destroyed. Yes, it's destroyed. But I will shoot it until it burns out. Now I'm changing my climbing, heading 5 degrees left. That will give me effectively 3/4 shifting. And higher vertical speed gives you effectively base shifting. That's much better, much more lighted. Anyway, shallow approach, I was too early on pulling up. Let's try shallow, straight and pass. You saw that. I hate those aileron adjustments late. My ailerons, I should probably change those settings. Aileron are too rough. saw that. That was overshoot once again. I wasn't ready, but in terms of, in case of group flying, that will be a very common situation when someone's burned previous target and you need to switch to another, so you should be able to do that. Great steep diving, not too steep, not shallow at all. Once again overshooting, once again. Let's repeat that approach and then repeat that perfect strafing pass. Gunnery far from perfect, but I'm practicing to get it better. Yeah, that Opel Blitz is also destroyed, but I will open fire once again to see it exploded. Not so steep approach. Continue away. Here you go. That's what I'm talking about. I knew that was gonna be. My roll on my P-40 was absolutely perfectly stabilized. That was one of the best approaches I've ever had. That was a convergence distance firing, so you were not a fraction of a second late or too early on a trigger. That was great aiming. I liked it. Great strafing run. That's what 650s can do. Those Brownings, they are mighty. They should do that. And I would say my power today is quite probably quite big. The target approach phase stage I should use for standard 30 inches power settings control. Check out. But that was an easy part, that the first strafing part. I hit those vehicles from the side, so it's much easier. It's gonna be the last Opel Blitz truck I hit that way, and the next I will hit from the back. Very clumsy approach. That was also a hit. That was also a hit. And turn left. I've been waiting 12 seconds. That was 12 seconds base shift. And I will have a new base heading 030. So I'm changing base heading without changing base point. That part consists of straightened level, 10-12 seconds lag, and then 3/4 of a turn, standard turn, and then leveling up, and once again 10-12 seconds of straightened level flight, and you will find yourself on right above the target. That's the technique. (030) leveling up. What did I say? Target is right next to me. I've got one quarter shift, but that's nothing. That's very few meters, less than 100 meters, I would say, maybe 120 meters. That's nothing. And once again, I would say my power is too much. Next time I will reduce the power. Today my power is too much. My jump heading is 180. Okay, I need to reduce the power. I need to set up a standard power settings So, short break. Let's say we were attacked by enemy airplanes, enemy fighter planes, and I need to reduce the power. That was my error, my mistake. I should avoid such mistakes, and I will do rejoin formation pattern once again. Base is 300. Yes, definitely my power is too high. I will probably change the altitude. So 30 inches. Let's try and do the same with a little bit less power. I set the set manifold pressure and don't touch it. That's my combat mode. So I don't bother with throttle level adjustments. That's in my understanding, that's important in group operations. That's not the first time I'm doing that mistake with the power settings. Now I'm gonna do once again 3/4 of a turn. And on heading 030 I will level up and see where I am in compared to my target. My target is that Opel Blitz, penultimate Opel Blitz. I would say I'm almost there. I need 1/4 shifting. Yeah, absolutely fine. Actually, like in a drugstore, absolutely fine. So the next circle will be profiled firing circle. I've been using fuel in a high rate because of that wrong power settings. So I will not have enough fuel because of that. But anyway, let's see how my strafing will do with new power settings. I'm concerned with my strafing. Should I change my altitude? No, probably not. That all my profiled circle parameters are checked out already. Well, this time altitude will be insufficient, definitely. But anyway, I will do shallow pass. Okay, hard, pulling up hard. I'm too close to objective, and not too close. That's quite shallow approach. Funny. What's wrong with you know what? That was perfect hit. I've did a mistake. I've flown too far from our objective, and that game, that hello developers, management, stupid idiots, that game considers I've stopped strafing, and game changed vehicles. So game deleted old objective and replaced it with the new objective. Yesterday I've noticed we've got about 150 active players on multiplayer. This genre is practically dead. Anything you say to developers, those management, high management answers that was some reason for that, that was some advanced physics, so we should take care of that was actually quite a good strafing pass. That because Opel Blitz is burning. They always got excuses for those bad things we can see in this game. When I strafe the target, I don't want to see the game replacing that target with the new. I understand I've flown too far from objective. That was also, I'm using a little bit longer bursts right now, but that was also, I think, good strafing run. Probably I used those longer strafing bursts when I feel I was too early on trigger. But anyway, even with those power settings, my strafing is okay. I shouldn't change any strafing circle parameters. The same altitude, 1,000 feet above the target. The same vertical speed, the same anti-turning angle or jump angle, like I call it. plus 150 degrees when turning left, minus 150 degrees when turning right. My base heading is 030, and that was another great hit. Targets destroyed. Let's try short burst this time, even a shorter burst this time, and try to catch that upper blitz and convergence range. Very slowly, very gently pulling up, because I was too far from objective, and dive. This diving will not be quite shallow, but could be. Oh no, that's overshooting, once again, overshooting. I should do effectively 1/4 shifting or base shifting, 0/4 shifting. So I will do that by increasing my vertical speed. I'm too far from objective, and my diving, strafing runs are too shallow. I need them to be much steeper. And leveling up, I don't need any 1/4, 3/4 shifting, but my vertical speed will be a little bit more than 3000 feet per minute. That will give me effectively base shifting. So I will shift my circle closer to objective. Just like that. I can see the target turning left. I will pull up when she stops pulling up. And I pull up not so slowly, not so gently, but still quite slow. Altitude is fine. Positioning is good. Quite steep approach. Not the steepest, but anyway I like it. Overshooting once again. Overshooting once again. And the problem is aileron controls. They are too rough. I don't like my strafing, my gunnery this mission. Definitely I will not be able to strafe all the targets. I'm wasting fuel. I have wasted too much fuel. was a hit, but only with my right wing. Machine guns, once again I was not too good, my gunnery is bad. And that wasn't steep strafing pass. I need one more, I need more base shifting. That vehicle will burn down. I will switch to next auto blitz. Let's increase our vertical speed. Change our heading to do effectively 3/4 shifting and turn left. I can feel before it changes her behavior. Let's wait about 5-6 seconds. And pull up very gently. You should feel yourself about the target, where you're placing yourself. That vehicle will burn out. I've got the next one. That was a hit also, but once again only with my right machine guns. Too much vertical speed. That's a perfect steep approach, steep strafing pass. Once again, that was a hit. That was a hit. But I think I was too early on the trigger. speed also. Very short burst. Steep diving. It was too close. Probably I should use not so short bursts. Amazing. I was too late on brakes, on trigger. Too late. No, that car's burning. I burnt it down. Let's switch to tank wagons. Was a hit. That was a hit. And I was once again not sure of left right or aileron settings, and I was too late because of that. Too late on the trigger. Maybe the tank wagon will explode, but I will try once again to hit it. That was a hit. It should be a hit. Why? Why my bullets landing on to the left and to the right of the target? I was too late on trigger. Yes, definitely too late. I should be earlier on trigger. I should pull the trigger a little bit earlier. Yes, definitely I was too late. That range was good for 400-500 convergence range. And I've got 700. Good steep diving. That's what I've been talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I was too late on trigger. You just need to be very precise in picking up the right time and pulling trigger, and very short burst will do the job. You're gonna have safe pulling up maneuver, not too violent, not too hard pull up. You're gonna pull up wide on a high altitude, so that's realistic and nice and, and safe, and makes your gaming better. Let's repeat with the next tank wagon. This strafing pass will be quite shallow. or not shallow at all. Once again, a little bit overshooting, and I would say a little bit early on trigger, maybe maybe a little bit late. Yes, definitely late. That's a bad habit I should get rid of. Good stick diving. That's what I'm talking about. Now was very precise on the trigger, and here we go, big splash, big explosion, with a very short burst. I think it's 18 to 21 rounds, so it's 3-4 rounds per barrel, per one machine gun. Very short bursts. Let's hope I'm getting rid of that bad habit of late, pulling the trigger too late. And of course you need to have your P-40 quite balanced, not rolling left or rolling right, to get your aim and point on the target. I'm not worried about up and down that elevator trim gives me any position I want, but left right that's an issue. I'm not confident in my left right mistake. Let's try and do some more unplugging explosion. This strafing pass will be quite shallow. I would say okay. That was a nice hit. I bet I was Too late pulling the trigger, pulling the trigger, and I think I was too close to objective. How about my fuel? I've still got some fuel. Let's reduce our vertical speed a little bit, just to get effectively to quarter shifting. I needed to be not so close to objective, to have enough time for good aiming, for balancing P-40 while diving. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. One small pull on a trigger and here you go, tank wagon. That's how it should be. And it's safe also, because of 700 meters convergence range set on my P-40 machine guns. Let's repeat. I kinda like it. Turning left, climbing turn, adjusting elevator trim, maximum -1 round and something, a little bit more than one round. Watch airspeed, it shouldn't be more than 150 miles per hour indicated, it shouldn't be less than 140 miles per hour indicated, leveling up on the target. My heading shouldn't be more than base heading plus 30 degrees. Should be less than base heading. I was too early on pulling up. This strafing pass will be quite shallow. Oh no, not shallow at all. Good strafing, good approach, good steep diving. That was too early. That was too late on trigger. That was too late because of a left-right error once again. Left-right error is the key. I wasn't sure. My aileron settings are too rough for that. But anyway, I've hit that target okay. it will probably burn out. I've almost missed my jumping heading, climbing heading. That tank wagon will explode, I think. Pulling up very gently. And dive. Good steep approach, not shallow. Too late, too late, too late, too late. I'm pulling the trigger too late. What's wrong? Ah, I know what's wrong. I need to add some rudder trim, because I think one of my wings fuel tanks is empty. I cannot figure which one is. So rolling tendency is changing. I was too late, and I was too close to objective also. I will fix that with reducing my vertical speed on climbing. That will give me effectively 2/4 shifting, so I need to shift my circle a little bit of the objective. So a little bit to the south. So if my vertical speed is less than standard, I will climb 1200 feet longer and I will fly longer away from objective, and that tank wagon is done. Oh, of course you can pull out earlier. But pull up. But you also need to have standard circling time. Oh, this will be quite not shallow approach, good approach actually. That was a hit, yeah, that was a hit. I really like that 700 meters convergence distance. Okay, now I will try and do some big explosion on I will not do any explosions, because let's say that will be war crime, because those Banbridge compounds, Banbridge village compounds, they should stay intact. German personnel stashed explosives in those Opel-Blitz, so I will not hit those Opel-Blitz trucks because they will destroy the whole street. I'm not going for that. I will do another open field blitz strafing, and that's it for me for today. I will egress and return to my base. Bad hit, okay, that was on a how you say, that was well deserved. My gunnery isn't good, approach wasn't good at all, and I will do some circling and will exit that circle with a heading, let's say 060. Of course I didn't kill all 17 or 18 vehicles available here, but nevertheless I'm pretty much satisfied with the outcome of this mission, because transitioning to straight and level, because of my new technique of cracking those targets in one short burst. I knew that was possible. Now I'm simulating transitioning into straight and level. I also need Technichat for that. I will wait until my trimmer will elevator trim will be 40. It's 40, and now I throttle forward and turn left. No? Should I? Should I turn left? Yes, I should. That's a low level. My new heading is 330. then I will climb my overhead brake pattern standard altitude. That's 1800 feet. Actually that's 16,500 feet, but my airfield is 150 feet high. So this is Portsmouth. Yes, this is I'm confident about fuel capacity. I will get enough to make approach, overhead brake pattern and landing, and even to do some taxiing towards my parking place. So should I start? And to my right is a Torn Island with a wooden Torn Island airfield, which I used before, but Torn Island has got very narrow concrete taxi runways. They are not so convenient. They do not let you do normal S-turning. Anyway, they are insufficient. They are inconvenient. So Belio airfield with white asphalt tarmac taxi runways are much better, and the best surface is gravel and grassy surface, like on Kubань map or Stalingrad or Moscow map. Unfortunately, those maps are not available in multiplayer, and I don't like single player because of lack of normal editor. And transitioning into straighten level, minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 43%, she's low and nose down, take our time to set rudder trim and aileron trim, minus 5% elevator trim. She's lowering her nose down, minus 5% more. When she stops, pitching nose down, not letting her pitch her nose up, minus 5% more. And Technochat off, I don't need it anymore. And throttle back to 90. Turn left. I'll go to Southampton. To 285 gonna be my new heading, and that's okay. That's a route from objective towards your base airfield, simulating stage of mission. Southampton is on my 11-12, and I will search for this small tiny elongated pond, which I will use as a reference point for my left 45-degree turn. Bank angle will be 15 degrees, of course. East Lake, Southampton, Fareham on my left. Quite a beautiful scenery around me. Beautiful. P-40 behavior stabilized. I really hope that Jason Williams will do not less physics than in this game, because some parts of this game are not too good, and but developers, high management personnel, they are not good also. That Rapidus, it seems to me he likes to ban people, to kick people. And once I've been playing with them on Wings of Liberty, they invited some players any player to play with them, and I noticed some guy was a little bit toxic in the chat, and he didn't like what that guy writing, and he said, I will kick him. My friend, you need to have right to kick. If player doesn't do anything which is against the rule, you've got no right to kick him. You've got instrument to kick, you've got mood to kick people, to ban people, but that doesn't mean you can kick them, you can ban them. And that guy is a community manager. That's unbelievable. So, developers are very good. I respect those guys, those engineer programmers, or how you say it, coders who do all the good stuff in this game, but those management, high management personnel, I do not respect at all. So I'm not looking forward. I'm not waiting for next project, next game from that team. So I really hope Jason Williams will do his combat pilot featuring physics not less good than this Il-2 Great Battles physics. This physics is let's say 12 years ago already. So let's let those combat pilot team not do any step back, not minor, not major, only forward movement, only better physics, better graphics, better user interface, and we should have finally live multiplayer. This game's multiplayer is 150 players. That's a dead game. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm gonna have this approach straight, and this is gonna be the area of entrance that approach straight. I will appraise my location by watching this Lyndhurst small town, and I will pick up the right timing for final left 90 degrees turn to get myself on that approach straight. That straight will lead me towards my airfield and right towards my landing strip. Now I saw this crossroads and Lyndhurst is already there. Not yet, not yet, not yet. And I can see that landing strip, and now is the time for final left 90 degrees turn, and the next will be, by the way, my altitude is too much. I shouldn't allow my P-40 to gain some altitude, so I will lose some altitude while turning. I will turn without excessive power, additional manifold pressure, but you should be careful with that. You shouldn't allow your P-40 to gain airspeed. And I was too late on left turning, so let's do left shifting. 3-4 degrees bank angle left turning until 135 heading and back to 150, maybe 130 heading and back to 150. That's gonna be enough. And my altitude is good. Positioning very well. No left, no right shifting needed. And my overhead brake pattern will commence very soon. And this pattern will also get me to wheels down, flaps down, final approach, transition. In 30 seconds I've started my left turn. In final approach transition entrance point. So you need to notice that overhead brake pattern initial timing, start timing, and say that in voice channel, so other group members will start their overhead brake pattern 15 seconds later, one by one, and they will have to quarter shifting 15, 30, 45, 60 seconds longer than you, and that will give them standard approach, standard landing, and they will cross that landing strip threshold with a 30 seconds delay behind you, one by one. Okay, 330 I level up and wait 11 seconds. Leveling up. I leveled up in 10 seconds, so in 21 seconds I will proceed with my left turning, watch airfield, watch landing airstrip. It's okay, my ranging is okay, that's important for combat operations when it's windy conditions. Combat operations as always, windy conditions. I'm a little bit low on altitude, let's gain some altitude, techno-chat on, and when my heading is 240 I will start transitioning into wheels down, flaps down, final approach descending, stabilized descending. Ranging is absolutely fine. Leveling up, wheels down, throttle back and forward a little bit, RPM up to maximum, turning left, elevator trim 90, 12 aileron trim, 22 rudder trim. She's okay, she's not losing altitude, she's losing speed, absolutely fine after yesterday's. And throttle forward. I was a little bit late on throttling forward, that was my mistake. After yesterday's 820 transition, and this transition is really good. Okay, I'm stabilized, I'm on my final approach. Not overshooting, nor undershooting. Oh, great approach. Perfect. I would say perfect approach. Maybe a little bit undershooting. No, overshooting. That's my usual mistake. But with slightest movement, throttle movement, I'm able to correct that. That's how important to be stabilized on final approach. Perfect approach. We'll do landing, of course. And let's make it not bad landing. My landings are awful lately. I'm not practicing. Not the best landing, but still, let's make it without circling, without using brakes. Who knows, maybe the next guy will have long landing, long touchdown. Let's make it without using brakes. Who knows what's with your main wheels. Canopy open, flaps up, and 1200 RPM for high speed taxiing, for clearing the runway. Great. Not a bad landing at all. Not a bad landing run. Good landing run and good high speed taxiing to clear the runway for the next guy. Of course I am alone, but I use all the techniques, all the tactics, all the skills which is comfortable for normal group operations, not like players in multiplayer usually do. In complete disorder, messy, unsafe procedures. Usually someone's got himself in trouble. And normal taxiing. I should decrease my power a little bit. 10, 1020, 1030 is too much. Let's make it 990 RPM. Yes, 980 is set, 985. That will be enough. And I will do my taxiing. Now I do taxiing with neutral trim. Some reason that affects also my taxiing. And still, taxiing speed is quite high. I will reduce it by more hard turning. That could be challenging, that could be unsafe. No, I should reduce power. This taxiing speed is too much. I don't like to play with my power on taxiing. I'm pretty tall order to taxi, to do S-turning and to watch your fine-tuning, your power fine-tuning. 900 isn't enough, definitely. Let's make it 950 at least. Yes, 940 will be good. 990 RPM was too much. She's too slow. And throttle back once again. You can throttle forward and back from time to time if you're not able to set up the desired power. But still, that's not comfortable. It's better to have power set. That taxiing speed may seem like too slow, but I don't think so. Really don't think so. That's a normal taxiing speed. And why, guys, that was a circle. I should be watching I should control my P-40. That was a circle, not watching my external views. So why some of you could be too bored with such a slow taxiing, why you tend to taxi much faster. Yesterday I had quite an illustration for that, because I've been playing on combat box in Berloga style. I needed some action. So if you need some action, that's long, slow procedures. They are not for you. Do not bother with those, and do not treat yourself with those boredom, with that boring stuff. But this game could have also a normal operations without any unrealistic, unhistorical, ugly features which make your gaming worse. I must say I'm not able to set up the correct correct power. It's a little bit higher than I need or a little bit lower than I need, but that's normal. Those developers, they consider rolling jack on asphalt should be so low. I disagree with that. And that was circling attempt. I was in danger of hitting that Spitfire. And in case of gravel or grassy surface taxiing, you need not 1000 RPM power but 1300 RPM power. Once again, power should be controlled by manifold pressure gauge and RPM should be constant, but my engine power and RPM are so low, the RPM governor doesn't work. That was a circling attempt. I was forced to use brakes, and manifold pressure is so low, manifold pressure gauge isn't working yet. I'm afraid that's the last stream on this weekend. I would love to make another. That would be a Russian speaking stream with Russian speaking guys on 8:20 later today in 4 hours time, I think. Let's place ourselves right next to that beautiful B-25. But I'm not sure they will be available, guys. Look at that B-25 wing. I'm sure A-20 is atrocious. Heading instability of A-20 is nothing in compared to this B-25 instability. Yes, that wing is also would be pain. So our beloved B-25 probably not so good, but who knows. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. For those of you who might watch this, that was really not a bad practice session for me. I can say now I'm strafing like I wanted to strafe for a very long time. That convergence range is a big help, and that practicing is also. Let's, by the way, count our ammunition, how much ammunition left. I will not be able. I should do that before I switch off the engine. Well, anyway, that's it for now, and probably another stream today with Russian-speaking A20 group flying on historical air war. And that's it for now. Goodbye.